students, standard 6th, chapter number 5 in chemistry. We are nearly at the end of this chapter, in which we learn different methods to separate the substances from the mixture. Now, after that, we have to learn about the saturated solution. But before that, we have to learn what is actually solution. Now when we put sugar or salt in water and then we stir it, what happens? The sugar or the salt dissolves in the water. Now, it means that sugar is soluble in water, salt is also soluble in water because they are dissolving. So they are known as solutes. What is solute? Substance that dissolves in another substance is known as solute. So when we put that salt or sugar in water, it dissolves in water. Therefore the sugar and salt are known as solute. Now, solvent. What is the solvent? Substance in which the solute dissolves is known as solvent. So when we throw sugar or salt in water, where they dissolve in water. Therefore, the water is known as solvent. And what is solution? So when we put the sugar or salt in water and dissolve, means it is a mixture. Mixture of what? It is a mixture of solute and solvent. So the mixture of solute and solvent is known as solution. Generally, if you think, then you will notice that in solution, whose proportion is more? Solute or solvent? You take more water or you take more sugar? Obviously, more water and less sugar, or more water and less salt. So generally in the solution, the proportion of solvent is more than the proportion of solute. We can't take too much sugar and little water to dissolve it, because sugar is not a solvent, it is solute. So its proportion must be less than the proportion of water. Now we know that generally water can dissolve so many substances. So many chemical substances are dissolving in water. Therefore, it is also known as universal solvent. Maybe only few substances will be like that they are not dissolving in water. For example, the sand, the chalk particles, and some others. But most of the chemical, I am talking about the chemical substances, most of the chemical substances can be dissolved in water. Now, we have to talk about the saturated solution and unsaturated solution. It means that what will happen if we think that if I take in a beaker, I take some water and add 1 teaspoon of salt. Take half a cup of water and take 1 teaspoon of salt and stir it well. Then when it dissolves completely, you can again add a teaspoonful of more salt and stir it. Go on doing like that. What? Put 1 teaspoon of salt, stir it. If it dissolves, put another teaspoon of salt and stir it. If it getting dissolved, then put another teaspoon of salt and stir it. Then you will see that after adding few spoons of salt, then you will notice that some of the salt will not dissolve and it will settle down at the bottom of the beaker. Means that water also has a capacity. Up to some extent only it can dissolve the solutes. So if you keep going on adding salt, then not all the salt will dissolve. After few teaspoon salt, it will settle down, and if you stir it, then also it will not dissolve in the water, because the capacity of water for dissolving that salt, amount of salt is finished. Yeah, if you take more water, then you can again add some more salt and it can be dissolved. But then also, if you take more water, then after also maybe another few teaspoonful of salt will be dissolved. Then after that again, it will be the same position, that the salt will not get dissolved and it will settle down at the bottom of the beaker. So when it cannot dissolve more solvent, more solute, then that type of solution is known as saturated solution. આપણે સાદી ભાષામાં કહીએ તો એ પાણી ધરાઈ ગયું. સેચ્યુરેટેડ મીન ધરાઈ ગયું. ઇટ કેનોટ ઈટ મોર સોલ્ટ. આપણે ભૂખ લાગેલી હોય તો આપણે ખાયા જ કરીએ because we are not saturated. But when our capacity is full, when our stomach is full, then you cannot even eat a little. And if you try to eat, then you will feel uncomfortable. Same thing is here, that when water cannot dissolve more solute, then it is known as saturated solution. So that is the definition of saturated solution. A saturated solution is one in which no more of the solute can be dissolved at room temperature in a given volume of solvent. So if you take a particular volume of the solvent, means water, then it can not dissolve more solvent, more solute, then we can say that that solution is now saturated. But this saturity will be only for that particular temperature. maybe it's a room temperature. Now if you give heat to that beaker in which the salt is not getting dissolved and it is settling down at the bottom, then you will see that, you will notice that some more salt can be dissolved in the water. Only when we give some heat. Means if you rise the temperature, it can dissolve more salt or the more solute. But what will happen? When that solution will cool down again, then whatever extra salt that was dissolved when we heat it, that will become insoluble and it will settle down again. It means that at a particular temperature, it cannot dissolve more than its capacity. So that type of solution is known as saturated solution. And when we add sugar or salt and it's just still getting dissolved, not settling at the bottom, then that type of solution is known as unsaturated solution. So now, as I told you, that if we take more salt and we don't have much water, then what will happen? That all the salt cannot be dissolved in that water, because water always have a capacity for the different solutes to dissolve in it. And after certain limit, certain extent, it cannot dissolve more solvent, more solute, unless you give some heat. But that also, when it cools down, that extra solute that you dissolve, that will again settle down at the bottom. So now you understand the saturated solution and unsaturated solution. Now it is not that all the solute will dissolve in the same quantity. It will be differ. Means if you can dissolve 3 teaspoons of sugar, then salt also will be dissolved by 3 teaspoons. It is not necessary. Every different solute can have different capacity. So we cannot predict that all will have the same capacity. Now, as I told you, solution is said to be saturated when it cannot dissolve more solute in it. Then it is known as the saturated. Otherwise, it is known as unsaturated solution. Then, one of the method of separation was left behind. So I just put it at the last. That is the churning. Churning means we churn the mixture to get some substances out of that. For example, when you take curd and with the mathni, or in Gujarati we call it Valonu. With that, if we churn that mixture of curd, then you will see that you can extract butter from it, makhan. So to get that butter from that mixture, we have to churn it. And that process is known as churning. So the method by which curd is churned by the mathni to separate butter is called the churning method. So in this chapter we learn the different methods of separation for the different types of mixtures. And there are some, as I told you in the last session also, there are some more methods also there about which you will learn in the higher standards. The magnetic method and fractional distillation method and distillation method and so on. So here we are going to stop today's session and the chapter number 5 also. It will be followed by PDF file in some question answer also will be there. And if any query, please write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.